I'm going to read out a list of things, and you're going to tell me if they're overrated or underrated. Cyclocross.
Underrated.
Agreed.
It is the best.
Awesome.
The best form of bike racing there is.
Yep. From the vibe.
It's a good
from
vibe.
The experience.
Yep.
The bikes are cool because you can ride them everywhere. It's just good, isn't it?
Apparently, every time I talk about cyclocross in the Northeast, it tells me that, actually, I probably shouldn't. Can we bleep out that name? Bleep tells me that it's very elitist up here and it's very cliquey and they're very old-fashioned, and if you do things in a certain way, they get miserable with you, which is not in line with cyclocross. But I think this is more about Bleep than it is about the cyclocross people in the Northeast.
But potentially. Do you reckon Bleep sometimes rubs people up the wrong way?
All the time.
Yeah.
I used to race cyclocross in the London space, and it was class. I loved it. It's such a good winter thing. Yes, it's cold. Yes, it's muddy. But it's just a great way of smashing yourself through winter and having a good time, or not smashing yourself. It's like many things in a mass participation event, which essentially it is. There's that very small percentage at the front who are I might win this, so I'm going to be really serious. But the rest of the field, it's just having a good time. And yes, people are racing hard and pushing themselves, but it's clearly if you're doing a cyclocross race and you're not in the top, if you're not podiuming, then you're doing it because you love it. And that's what's great about cyclocross.
That's what most people are doing.
Yeah.
I imagine it is very stressful and potentially overrated for the people who are getting top 5, top 10. Because at that point, you need 2 bikes. You need a person in the pits.
A jet
washing your stuff. So you can switch bikes if it gets too muddy. Of course, there are some races which aren't muddy, which are probably great fun. But it's a lot of logistics, isn't it? Very good. And a lot of the riders who have entered road cycling with a cyclocross background end up being absolute hitters. So there's potentially a lot to be said for smashing yourself for an hour in a muddy field.
I tell
you what, in terms of training.
Just last note on cyclocross. I went into cyclocross being a road cyclist, and literally within 2 races, you learn so much about handling a bike. It is insane. You do a couple of seasons of cyclocross, and you will just be phenomenal at handling a bike. Phenomenal. Because you have to.
And the tyres are small.
They don't have to be, though. Only if you're being competitive.
Really?
Yeah. You can use any bike you want.
Oh, they let you in depending on the... Well, okay, it's not like a sanctioned event or anything.